Good morning. Good morning, guys. It's the DJ. Him, my friend, Mr. T, talking about Freddie and Fannie Mae and housing prices. Let's bring the music down and get going with this recorded video. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. If you've been paying attention, housing prices have been high for a while. Interest rates have been high for a while, and I'm here to but foreclosures have been way down. Does that make sense? Well, I'm here to tell you why foreclosures have been way down. A lot of mortgages, a majority of mortgages, are backed, if not eventually sold to Freddie and Fannie Mae, which are government enterprises that are the backstop of our whole housing system here in the United States. Fannie Mae is the largest company in the USA. They have trillions of dollars of assets that they own, a lot of the FHA loans. Now, if you get a home loan from your local bank or credit union, it's possible that eventually that mortgage will be sold several times and ultimately make its way to Freddie or Fannie. Okay, so I mean they are the housing enterprise. They control the housing enterprise, and they've been doing something kind of weird the last couple of years. They haven't been foreclosing on very many properties. What they've been doing is refinancing. So if you're a person, you buy a house, have it for a couple of years, and then you lose your job or come upon some bad luck and you can't make your mortgage payment, they'll wait 9 months to a year. Then they'll contact you and talk about refinancing it at a different rate. And those months that you missed, they will put on the back end of your loan when they refinance it. So everyone's happy, right? until after that refinancing, you get back into another bind, or you just really can't afford the house to begin with, but you refinance it so you can stay in the house, and then you refinance again. There's documentation out there showing that some people have refinanced up to 5 times and able to stay in their house that they really can't afford and they're not making payments on. That's one way. And then when push comes to shove and they really need to do something about it, where they after 5 times refinance, I think they finally get to the point where they agree that people just can't afford this house. We need to do something. So they will at that point evict you from your home. But then what they should be doing is putting that on the open market, allowing the open market to figure out the value of that house and get it back into the community. But that's not what's happening. No, Freddie and Fannie are doing what they call pooling. So after they've kicked the can down the road several times in several years, trying to keep a person who really can't afford a house in their house, and they need to do something, what they do is they evict the people from the house, and then they pool them together and sell it to Wall Street in batches of like 10, 20, 40, $50 million worth of assets. They'll pool all those properties together, sell it off to Wall Street, which eventually sells it off to investors. And what happens to those properties? They get rehabbed. Those properties will get rehabbed, but then they start going on the rental market. They become rentals. So the fact that these homes don't get pushed back down into the homeowner, the availability of homes in the open market forces the prices to stay high. That is why the prices of our houses aren't coming down, because the market is being manipulated by Freddie and Fannie through their kicking the can down the road and then the sale of their asset pools to Wall Street. As a result, the guy that wants to buy his first house, the family that wants to buy their first house, can't buy the first house because prices have been artificially inflated in this country for years. I have a house over here. I mean, it's not part of Freddie or Fannie, but it was sold 15 months ago for $400,000. Beautiful house, beautiful house. And it has sold now a couple of months, like a month ago, for $500,000. Because prices here, there is no inventory on the market here in Illinois. That person just made $100,000 on that property in 15 months. 15 months. That's ridiculous. We're going through our second or third spring. There should be oodles and oodles of homes on the market. There should be an inventory this high in my neighborhood. And there's lucky to be one or two homes. For the third year in a row, the spring home market is not anywhere to be seen. I look around. The only thing that's really happening is apartment buildings are popping up like weeds. New apartment buildings and townhomes are being built like crazy. Rentals are ruling the roost right now. So I'm here to tell you there's a reason why housing prices are so high. It's because our government is manipulating the market. And as a result, your prices are being artificially held up and you are being manipulated into buying higher prices for these assets. It's not right, guys. It's not right. And at some point, they'll let the market rule. They'll let the market figure it out, but that may require a collapse of our housing market. So there is a reason why housing prices are so high. There is a reason why interest rates are so high. And they all result in you not being able to buy a new home like you should. The free market has been manipulated, my friends. It has been manipulated, and you and me, the common consumer, have been fooled once again. Kudos to Elon Musk and his Doge saw. Yeah, we support Elon. We support Tesla. We support the Doge saw. Cut, baby, cut as deep as you can. Okay, so there you go. Another economic collapse video by DJ Wonder Chrissy. And as always, I got Mr. T here. All right, comment down below. Are you getting ready to buy a home? Do you wish that the prices would go down? What do you think about it? Comment down below. It's the DJ, over and out.